The alarm shrieked through the corridors of the Nexus station, a shrill warning that sent every species scrambling for shelter. Red emergency lights bathed the pristine white halls in crimson, and the automated voice repeated its message in 17 different languages. Code Obsidian. Apex Predator Containment Breach. All personnel evacuate to designated safe zones immediately. Anna barely looked up from her datapad. The young human xenobiologist had been reviewing her notes on Cravasian hunting patterns when the chaos erupted. Around her, the station's diverse population fled in terror, four-armed Vexillons trampling over tentacled Aquarians, chitinous hiveborn clustering together in defensive formations, even the normally stoic, crystalline observers vibrating with what could only be described as panic. Anna. "Move," Leo shouted, grabbing her arm. Her colleague, a stocky human with perpetually messy brown hair, tried to pull her toward the evacuation pods. "That thing will tear through half the station before security can contain it." She pulled free, frowning. "Which specimen escaped?" "Does it matter? It's a Category 5 predator." The Vrathkar brought it from the Kala system. Apparently it's an apex hunter that's never been successfully contained for more than 3 cycles. Anna's eyes widened. The Shadow Maw? They actually transported one here? The Shadow Maw was legendary among xenobiologists, a creature from a death world that made even the Galactic Council nervous. It stood nearly 3 meters tall, possessed 6 limbs ending in razor-sharp talons, had armored plating that could deflect plasma fire, and sensory organs so advanced it could track prey through solid walls by detecting heartbeats. Worse, it was intelligent. Some said too intelligent for comfort. "We need to go," Leo insisted, but Anna was already moving in the opposite direction. "The observation deck," she muttered. "I need to see it. Are you insane?" Leo followed anyway because that's what partners did, even when one was clearly making a suicidal decision. They reached the observation deck overlooking the containment sector, just as the Shadow Maw came into view. It was even more magnificent than the holovid suggested. Its obsidian carapace gleamed under the emergency lights, muscles rippling beneath natural armor. 4 eyes, arranged in a square pattern on its elongated head, swept the corridor with predatory precision. Its 6 limbs moved with eerie grace, each step calculated and silent despite its massive size. Security forces had assembled at the corridor's end, a mixture of species, all wielding weapons designed to stop creatures precisely like this one. The Shadow Maw regarded them with what Anna could only interpret as amusement. "They're going to kill it," Anna whispered. "Good," Leo replied, though his voice shook. "That thing has probably killed hundreds." Anna watched the creature's body language, the way it held itself, the pattern of its breathing, the subtle movements of its sensory organs. Years of studying predators across a dozen worlds had taught her to read behavior others missed. "It's not hunting," she said suddenly. "Look at its posture. It's not stalking. It's searching? Searching for what? More things to eat?" Before Anna could answer, the Shadow Maw moved with blinding speed. It launched itself at the ceiling, using its talons to climb the walls and bypass the security forces entirely. Plasma fire scorched the walls where it had been moments before. But the creature was already gone, moving through the ventilation system with impossible agility for something so large. "It's heading toward the residential sectors," Leo said, checking the station map on his pad. His face went pale. "Anna, it's heading toward our sector." They ran, not away from the danger but toward it. By the time they reached their shared laboratory apartment, the station's communication system was broadcasting evacuation orders specifically for their section. The halls were empty. Everyone else had already fled. The door to their quarters hung open, torn from its hinges with surgical precision. Claw marks gouged the metal frame. Anna entered cautiously, Leo close behind, both of them holding emergency stun batons that would likely prove useless against armored hide. Their small living space was in disarray, furniture overturned, equipment scattered but not destroyed. Not rampaged, searched, then they saw it. The Shadow Maw filled the corner of their common room, its massive form coiled around something on Anna's workstation. 4 eyes fixed on them as they entered, and a low rumble emanated from deep within its chest. Leo raised his baton, hands shaking. Anna back away slowly. But Anna wasn't looking at the creature. She was looking at what it was protecting, her research terminal still playing the audio files she'd been studying. Recordings from the Kilo system. specifically recordings of Shadow Maw vocalizations. The rumble came again, and this time Anna recognized it. Not a growl, a purr, the same frequency she'd cataloged in her research as a contentment sound, used by Shadow Maw mothers with their young. The colony on Kalos, Anna said softly, pieces clicking together. The Vrathkar didn't just capture a predator. They took someone's parent. The Shadow Maw's eyes never left them, but its posture shifted slightly, less defensive, more expectant, waiting. Anna slowly lowered her baton. Leo, put the weapon down. You've lost your mind. Put it down now. Leo complied, though every instinct screamed against it. Anna took a step forward, then another. The purring grew louder. She was close enough now to see the scratches on the creature's armor. Marks from capture nets, burns from stun weapons. Close enough to see the sadness in those 4 alien eyes. You were trying to get back to them, Anna whispered. Your offspring. You heard the recordings and thought. She sat down on the floor slowly, making herself small and non-threatening. Behind her, Leo held his breath. The Shadow Maw watched her for a long moment, then did something that would become legendary in xenobiological circles for generations. It laid down beside her. The massive predator, the apex hunter of Kalos, the creature that had sent an entire space station into panic, curled its armored body around the small human and rested its head near her lap. The purring intensified, vibrating through the floor. Anna reached out carefully and touched the creature's head. The armor was warm, almost hot to the touch. The Shadow Maw pressed into her hand, and she could feel the exhaustion, the desperation, the loneliness radiating from the gesture. Leo, she said quietly, contact the Galactic Council. Tell them we need an immediate transport back to the Kalos system, and tell them if they don't release this creature's family from wherever they're holding them, humanity will have some very pointed questions about their definition of ethical specimen acquisition. Leo stared at the scene before him. A 2-meter-tall human woman sitting calmly beside a 3-meter apex predator that was purring like some kind of oversized, heavily armored cat. They're never going to believe this. Then record it. Let them see what happens when you actually try to understand instead of just fear. The Shadow Maw's purring continued, a sound of hope and trust that would echo through the galaxy. Within a week, it would be reunited with its young. Within a month, humanity would establish the first successful communication protocol with the Shadow Maw species. And within a year, the predators of Kalos would become humanity's staunchest allies, all because one human woman chose to see a parent instead of a monster. The galaxy would learn, as it had learned so many times before with humans, sometimes the most dangerous thing isn't the predator, it's the being that refuses to be afraid of it.